So you just started Speedstorm, you started using characters, you started racing with them, but then you notice there are specific classes for the characters. There are 4 classes in this game. You have Trickster, Speedster, Defender, and Brawler. What exactly do they all do? What's the difference? In this video, I'm going to answer all those questions. So if we look to the right, we'll notice we have top speed, acceleration, handling, boost, and combat. Top speed is the max your character's cart can go when they are driving straight. Acceleration is going to be how you get from 0 to 100. So if you get hit by an item, if you hit a wall, if you just slow down for some reason, that is the stat that's gonna push you back to max speed faster. Then you have handling. That's gonna be something to help you get better at drifting or just turning. So that is a really good stat for that. Next you have is boost. This is going to determine how much boost you get from doing said actions, but also how long the nitros takes to run out. The last stat that we have is combat. Combat is kind of a quirky stat. Basically think of it as like a card game. If I put down 2,000 combat score, but you have 4,000 combat score, you can obliterate me. And if I try to ram you, I'm not going to be able to knock you out. That's what it's basically like. So the higher the combat score, the more chance you have of ramming into people and knocking them out. However, if they try to do it to you, it's not going to happen. So let's demonstrate Speedster and what they're all about. We're going to use Mickey for this example just because he's one of the main characters you unlock at the start. So the specialty to Speedster is that they get boost for going over boost pads. So I'm not going to do any drifts and I'm not going to use any items. And you will see that I will be able to get boost for simply going over the pad. No other class does this at all. Other classes can extend. Oh, that didn't get off. I tried to get myself invincible. Other classes can get boost if they are already using nitros and they ran over the pad, but if you're a speedster, you don't have to be boosted. You can just get it for free. So keep that in mind. So we're gonna keep going, and look, over another pad, boop, see? So the more and more you go over these pads, the faster and faster you essentially get. Why do I say that? Because you can do something called chaining your nitros. So let's try to get our nitros up. All right, we got it up, right? If I keep going over pads, just messed it up. If I keep going over pads with nitros, I essentially will never run out of nitros, and I still have yet to do it. Okay, let's try. Look, okay, there you go. Look, boom. You see? And I can still use drifting to prolong the nitro. So keep that in mind. The Speedster's ability is the fact that they can get nitros for going over pads. Ensure you are always going over pads whenever you can. So now we're going to talk about brawlers. Now remember that combat stat? It's important because brawlers tend to have a higher combat stat. However, a lot of these times it doesn't really line up like that. So don't think of the classes as stats to your character, because through crew members or through leveling up or just anything random, you actually can increase the stat, doesn't matter who you are. Think of it more as the way you play the character. So remember how we said that speedsters get a boost from going over pads? Well, with a brawler, you get it from ramming into people or using items on them. So you see how I went over the pad and I didn't get any boosts, but look at this. See? So when you're playing a brawler, you really want to go ham. You want to mess people up because that's how you get your boost. You really want to act like they stole your lunch money. Look, oh, check it out. You turn this on. I'm trying to get to her, but she fast. Y'all knew that was gonna happen. But seriously, you need to start knocking them over. You need to start really making it an aggressive play style when you play brawlers. Do it again. Boom. I got my boost, right? You can do it again here with Mickey, or not Mickey, Minnie. I'll throw that. Look, boop, and I got a full bar for throwing that. Brawlers get some boosts for free just because they hurt people. So when you're playing a brawler, always keep that in mind. Your main goal is to inflict as much pain as possible because that is what's going to make you extremely fast. So the next class that we have is Defender. Again, don't pay too much attention to the stats with the class because they usually don't match up like that. It's not like Brawler has better combat or Speedster has better speed. It's not really like that. It's really character based. For Defenders though, they got a little trick up their sleeves and I actually enjoy playing Defenders. So they have 2 things they can do. The first thing is when they ram into someone, they get a shield for free. Every time. It does not matter. Check it out. See? Now I got a shield. They could do this throughout the entire race. The other things brawlers get to do is get bonus nitros for sticking behind players. So as you see, my nitros is not going down like whatsoever because I'm sticking behind them. I'm basically in their, I forgot the word for it. I'm in their slipstream, basically. So as long as I stay around the character, I'll be able to have infinite boost. And so that's one of the great things to defenders. And that's how a lot of defenders seem to be really fast if you've ever played against one. So your main goal as a defender is to always ram somebody. Oh, he was coming back from being invulnerable. But always ram somebody. Oh my gosh. I cannot ram somebody so you can get the shield. And then try to stay behind players as much as possible. You see how I'm behind them? Look, and the nitros just does not go down because I'm behind them. You see it even going up, and I'm still using it. That's the trick. Stay behind them. Once you do that, you're good to go. So, what is the main goal of a defender? Stay in slipstreams, and remember to ram to have a shield at all times. Players in this game are, especially in ranked, are very dangerous. So having a shield at all times is a great way to ensure that you're safe. The next class that we have is Trickster. Not really one of my favorite classes. I feel like it could have a better niche in what they do to get their nitros, but nonetheless. So the cool thing about Tricksters is that they actually get more boost from drifting than other players. That's what makes them Tricksters. So you'll see here that I'll get way more boost than you would think from drifting. See? So essentially, when you're a higher, oh my lord, Minnie, it's like that. So essentially, when you're a higher level and you start up your character and all that good stuff, you can drift an entire race. Like, you can go nuts. The boost stat makes it so your boost depletion actually takes longer. So the boost stat is definitely something that is necessary. So as you see, I'm just getting boost after boost after boost, and all I'm doing is chaining drifts. The higher you go, the faster you'll burn your tires, the faster you'll get boost, the more nitros you can use, and all that extra good stuff. So remember to level up your character, start up your characters. If you need a guide on that, I already made one. Check it out. It's in the playlist below. So again, continuing to do my drifts, continuing to get it. And as you see, I'm literally just drifting the entire time and boosting the entire time. I still haven't ran out. I literally was boosting for like a solid 5 to 10 seconds. You can do that too, especially at a higher level. Now, before closing out this video, I just want to say every class can do everything. So remember how I said with Speedsters, you get boost from going over the pad. Other classes can too, but they have to be using their nitros. Speedsters do not, so that is the difference. When we're talking about brawlers, brawlers get nitros from ramming people. However, other classes do not, but other classes get nitros from hurting other players using damaging abilities. Defenders are the same way. Defenders are the only ones who get a shield for ramming into people. However, everyone can gain nitros from being in someone's slipstream. Remember, slipstream is just staying behind racers. The thing is though, defenders get way more out of it. This means they excel at slingshotting past players. And for Trickster, the same thing. Everyone can get nitros for drifting. However, Tricksters get a ton of nitros for drifting. So much so, they can literally drift an entire race depending on what level they are. I hope this video helped you out. If you want to continue leveling up your Disney Speedstorm game, check out my other videos on the recommended somewhere over there, or click the playlist down below. Thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate it. And until next time, know what I always say. Thank you guys for doing what? Popping often. Well often.